Like I always say, this message isn't for everybody. Some of you are so weak. Just being in your very presence can make a man go impotent. Your fucking energy is so fucked. I can't even explain it. I put a video up of some fucking feet, 10-second video, and you all got so much to say about it. My balance is fucked up, this and that. Is this the message you really want to put out there, Goggins? Fuck yeah, it's the fucking message I want to put out there. That's what effort fucking looks like. Life ain't gonna always hand you some motherfucking nice cream pie. Stay hard. People are fucking hilarious. They are so threatened and jealous and insecure, and every word in between all that shit. When I was fat and lazy and insecure, struggling in school, struggling in life, people were giving me all this advice, trying to help me out. Well, I went on the other side of the spectrum. I lost weight, I got in shape, I started studying, I started becoming one of the hardest working people out there, and guess what? They still had shit to say. They had shit to say when I was fat, they had shit to say when I lost weight. People don't want to see you better than them. That's what it comes down to. You make them feel good about themselves when you're fat and lazy, and you make them feel like shit when you come from the depths of hell and decide to fucking make it. There's enough food and pie for everybody to eat. Don't hate a motherfucker because he worked harder than you. Stay hard. When I was in training, we had this guy with this funky ass attitude. Brought it every day. It was contagious. He just wouldn't fucking go away, he wouldn't quit. So I knew there's one evolution out there that he'd think about quitting on. It was called steel pier. They lay you on this steel pier, they hose you down. It's windy and cold in San Diego. They put you in the water and you repeat that cycle. We're in the water treading. He looks at me and goes, Goggins, you want to quit? I go, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here, man. We walk to the bell. He rings it. He looks at me, waiting for me to ring it. I said, well, stay a little longer. Have fun in your civilian life. Hey, you got a bad attitude? Stay at home. One thing more contagious than a good attitude is a bad one. Stay hard. This is my third workout of the day, so it's supposed to be a cool down workout. But this cat wanted to start racing somebody, so he started racing me. He didn't know who the fuck he was racing. He didn't know it was me. I'm under an alias. See, a lot of motherfuckers, when they think it's me or somebody else and they want to chase, they got a carrot in front of them. He had no carrot. It was him versus him. I'm under some fucking initials. He wanted to test my resolve. He wanted to test my ability to go to limit. He wanted to see where his road ends and mine begins. This ain't no fucking game. This is my motherfucking lifestyle, son. Hey, yeah, I'm fired up. This is what I do. When someone gives you hell, make sure you push them right back and give them hell. Stay hard. Boy, I can tell bad times are right around the corner again. I can tell by all the emails I'm getting talking about I can't get a break in life. I hate that damn mentality, but I can't get a break. You aren't giving any breaks in life. You make them for yourself. We are all being tested in life. While my test is different than yours, you will be tested. And how you face that test and how you overcome that test determines the rest of your life. The one mentality that you must have in life is that regardless of what's in front of you, you still must grind. I'll never be in the Olympics, I'll never be a professional athlete, but still I grind. I fail at most things I do, but still I grind. I don't want to do half the shit I do, but still I grind. And that one day, you see me down a dark alley, run at 1 o'clock in the morning, know one thing. I was grinding. Stay hard. I wanted to make a stand. And so once I finally got through the ASVAB test, I started feeling more confident.
Right.
I can read, I can write, I taught myself something.
Right.
And I worked so hard on how to swim that I started giving a little more confidence to myself.
You didn't want to go backwards anymore.
I didn't want to go backwards.
Yeah.
And so when everything got hard for me, I always went backwards. I said, not this time. So I wasn't going to quit regardless. So, but what happened was week 6, they pulled us all out, like 25, 30 guys left, and they drew my blood. They found out I had sickle cell. Sickle cell is a blood disease that some African Americans have, and under stressful situations.
Anemia type situation.
Well, I had sickle cell trait.
Okay.
But you can still die from it. So it's called sudden death. It happens a lot. And so they didn't know. They're like, well, you made it so far. So they put me out of training for a week. And they want to do more studies, more tests, see what's going on. They did all that stuff. I stayed out for a week, and I got real comfortable. So when you go from being uncomfortable to comfortable, your mind's like, I'm not going back in that water. You saw your boys getting drowned and getting trashed in the water, and you're on the sidelines watching saying, So a week went by, the doc called me back up, and I'm thinking I'm going to get medically disqualified from the Air Force. I'm like, this is great. I'll never have to quit. So the doctor looks at me, doctor says, you know what, we can push you back in training. I said, oh shit. But I thought to myself, a week's gone by, a couple weeks left, and I'm out of here, man. I made it through OLH. I can go, try to be a pararescueman. No, I went back to the CO, Sergeant Larkin, or not Sergeant Lundberg. Sergeant Lundberg looked at me and said, I'm glad you're back in training, man, but you gotta start from day one.
No shit.
And I was like, so my mind raced real fast, and I went right back to my old self. I had to find a way out of this. I cannot start back from day one, but I don't want to quit. So I used that medical thing as an excuse for me. I said, hey, you know what, Sergeant, I'm scared about the sickle cell thing, and no, I wasn't scared about that. I was scared of the water. And I didn't want to quit. So I found a way out without quitting, and the way out was him saying, well, you know what, I understand. So he gave me a medical. So I keep my head up a little bit and not quit, but my pride was shot because I knew the truth. I knew that I really quit. This medical student approached me the other day, told me how hard he was studying, talking about these different tests he had to pass. He said, I studied my ass off for the step 1 test, and I failed it. There was an awkward silence between his questions. I was waiting for more. There's a saying out there in the military. They say first time, every time. Well, I wasn't that guy. I failed everything I did the first time. I was known for coming back even harder after I failed. Success isn't a straight line. It's a maze. And when you think you figure that maze out, you hit a wall. And you gotta turn the fuck around and start again. Stay hard. It might be April where you are, and you're expecting nice weather and shit, but it's 20 degrees. So, you might be somewhere where it's too fucking hot. So, you might have sore legs, sore back, sore shoulder. So, the struggle is real. It never gets any easier. You gotta get harder. I was out yesterday, getting after it. Had one of the best runs I've had in a long time. PR'd that bitch. So, no one cares what you did yesterday. It only matters what you're doing today. Those who take me literally, so I'm a cheerleader for those who want to be better, not for those who want to stay the same. Stay hard. Want to be baddest motherfucker ever at what you do? You're gonna be misunderstood by everybody because you're gonna be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's the truth.
It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is. But if you want to fucking go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you fucking do, you've arrived. When you are misunderstood to the point where fucking people think you're psycho and you're nuts and you're this and that, why are you in the fucking gym at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning? You just got to doing an op for fucking 13, 14 hours at the Ranger School, man, at the gym. What's wrong? You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so fucking glad you don't. A buddy of mine calls me the other day and says he's having trouble running past 8 miles. This is a guy who can run 30 miles any time of the day. So I tell him to come out to my house and we'll get some runs in. So he comes out, he goes, man, I'm telling you, I can't run past 8 miles. But I realized in his life, he's added a new kid, more responsibilities at work, all this stuff. He's not thinking about this, I am. So I take him out for a run. We get 30 minutes into it. How far are we going, Goggins? I ain't tell him. Get an hour into it, I ain't tell him. Hour and a half into it, didn't tell him. So soon he shuts up. We run 3 hours. The guy does fine. Next day we go out there, he's able to run 20 miles again. So this is what happened to him. His circuit breaker blew. Our minds are very similar to circuit breakers. When they blow, you gotta figure out what it is. Sometimes you just add it too much to your fucking plate. Go back in your mind and figure it out. Stay hard. So years ago, I was scared to death to fucking fly. So my mentality is this: if you're scared of something, learn about it. Figure it out, to overcome it. So I went out and got lessons on how to fly. I'm up in the plane with a pilot. We hit some bad turbulence. And I freaked out. And the pilot said, there's one thing you can't ever do up here. And that's forget to fucking fly the plane. In life, that's a true statement. We have hard times, we hit turbulence, we fail, we fall on our ass, we have divorces, we have all kind of bullshit that happens. And we sit there and think about that one issue. And it's all we think about. And we forget to fly the plane is us. We forget to focus on everything in life, our habits, our goals, our destination. And we end up failing. So stay hard. At the beginning of the year, a lot of you had goals, ambition, a lot of drive, a lot of motivation. Well, it's Easter. It's the middle of April. When I navigate, I put backstops out there to make sure I don't get too far off course. I put those backstops in my personal life to make sure I don't get too far away from my goals and my dreams. A lot of you aren't proud of who you are. You don't like the person you created. Do what I did. Start from scratch. Create somebody that you're proud of. Stay hard. And I tell a lot of people go, what's your biggest fear in life? And my biggest fear, honestly, was, let's say this. Let's say, I don't care if you believe in God or not. I don't care. So let's just play a game with me. Let's say you're God. And we have a big fucking long line of people. And I made it to heaven. I'm 75 years old. I'm 300 pounds. I made it to heaven. I worked for Ecolab my entire life, spraying for cockroaches. That's what I did. But I'm dead. I'm in heaven now. And you're judging us all now. So we're in line. We're all sitting there in line. You have Adam Brown. He has a big board up. And you're talking to Adam Brown about his life. And you rip it down. And I'm next in line. David Goggins. I see my name. And I see all this shit. And God goes, hey, you say, read this, man. And I'm reading this list. And I'm seeing 182 pounds, Navy SEAL, Ranger School, motivational speaker, changing lives. Okay, man, pull-up record, all this shit. And I'm like, that's not me, man. And God looks at me and says, that's who you were supposed to be. And my biggest fear, I visualize some crazy shit. My biggest fear is that one day I'm gonna reach a judgment of my life. Something's gonna judge me what the fuck I was supposed to be in life. And what I want now is that whoever's judged me up there, I want them to have a board and them up there right now getting their pen out. Because, this person who judges you is supposed to know everything. You're supposed to know from the time you're dead to the time time you're born, time you're dead. I want this person up there to be like this, up there writing more about me, saying, fuck, I know you can do that. I know you can do that. So I want to impress whatever the fuck is up there, whatever's going on in life. I want to go up there and not have anything left on the table. I want to drain my soul of every fucking bit of person I am.
It's another early morning. You're probably thinking, I have so many videos of me putting my shoes on early in the morning. Well, the videos are all very different if you really think about it. Every morning, every day of our lives, we have choices to make. You have the choice to stay in bed, to say, forget it, I'm not gonna work out today, or forget it, I'm not gonna work hard today. You always have a choice every single day of your life. So it's a very different video because yesterday I made the choice to get up early and run, but today's another day. Today's another day that I'm faced with another choice to make. So I'm making the choice again to put my shoes on early in the morning and get active again. So make the right decision.
Once again, not every message I have is for everybody. So as weak or soft people out there who want to pick apart the messages, just tune it out. Life ain't about medals, ain't about fucking certificates, it ain't about houses, money, cars, fame, all that bullshit. It's about scars. So when you get judged, when everything is said and done with, you don't get judged on your medals. You get judged on your scars. Those scars show your willingness to get to the other side. They show your failures. They show your willingness to start from scratch. They show what you're willing to do to go the distance, to see what you're capable of. So make sure in life, don't be afraid to get scars. Stay hard.
Most of us live our entire lives avoiding failure. It's funny. I walk around, people come to me and they say, man, you're that Navy SEAL, you went through Ranger School, you were, Air Force TAC P, you did the pull-up record, you run all these ultra races, all this shit, man. The funny thing about it that I think about is this. They know that part of me. This is the part I don't know about myself. I failed the ASVAB test to get in the military 3 times. In the Air Force, failed at pararescue. In the SEALs, it took me 3 times to get through Navy SEAL training. The pull-up record took me 3 times. This is what I know about me. So what I'm saying is this. You can't live your life being afraid to fail. All those failures made me the success in the day. Stay hard, stay in the fight. There's a lot of successful people in this world who still feel empty inside. And they wonder why they still feel empty. So they try to make another $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. Let's buy a new car, a new house, new boat. Let's buy more of everything. At the end of the day, they still feel real empty inside. For me, I wasn't even fucking successful, I just felt empty. So I was trying to hide my insecurities, my doubts, all this bullshit. So I was trying to dress up a turd. And when you try to dress up a turd, you're still a turd. It's like a turkey, you get a turkey for Thanksgiving. If you don't know what you're doing, you cook that motherfucker without going inside and cleaning it out. You gotta clean the insides out before you start dressing it up. Same thing with life. If you don't get inside your soul, inside your heart, and fix it, be willing to go to war with yourself. Stay hard. If you're a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a medic, all kind of different professions in life, you have to recertify every fucking year. If not every year, every couple years. Almost every job in the world has to recertify. There's different kind of tools and knowledge that comes out. Everything is constantly evolving. As human beings, we are evolving. So you get those CEUs. So right now I'm at Moab 240. You gotta also certify or recertify as a fucking savage. So I had a hard life growing up. My life is good now. Don't need to do this shit. It's time to recertify as a savage. Stay hard. October 31st, I put a video up and it showed my leg with a lot of edema. I put my hand on it. I got a lot of bad comments on that. A lot of hate came out of that fucking thing, man. Talking shit that I'll never run again. There's a good chance I wasn't going to. But I thought about it for a long time. And they had this stuff out there called Calm. Before you go to sleep, you play it, ocean waves, birds and shit, waterfall, thunder, all that shit. I made a Goggins remix.
of all your shit talking. I put that motherfucker off with the bed. Evil, violent shit. Woke up motherfucking refreshed, ready to kick ass. I'm 22 miles in, motherfucker. Running videos are back. Stay hard. So this morning, I was getting ready to go for a run with a few guys. So I was taking my shirt off, and they saw my stretch marks. And one guy asked me, where the fuck you get those stretch marks from? So I had to share with this guy where all this scarring was. That was 297 pounds, insecure, had doubts, had a fucked up mind. So there's a lot of scars we have on our bodies that people can see, and they tell a story. But a lot of us have scars in our brains about fucked up lives, bad childhoods, bad adulthood, whatever the fuck you're going through. Those scars in your brain we don't talk about, we hide. Scarring is proof that our past is real. But the one thing we do is we allow it to control our lives. And we get off the log. Well, it's time to get back on the log and not have those scars define the rest of your fucking life. Sometimes you gotta fight pain with pain. Stay hard.
We're watching people fail because we're afraid to hurt their feelings. By no means do I condone bullying. I think it's bullshit. But I will say one thing. I believe in the truth and telling the truth. A lot of us have loved ones, friends, people we see every day who are gaining weight, getting out of shape, not going to school, being lazy, but we're afraid to tell them the truth. Not being bullies, but afraid to tell the truth. One thing that changed my life is my grandfather. He told me, you're going nowhere in your life, not being anything. As bad as that hurt me, it got me to pull my head out my ass. So learn to stay hard, have thick skin, and do what's right. Stay hard.
And the truth is very important. And for me, a lot of years of my life growing up, I lied a lot because didn't have a lot of friends, felt socially just all kind of awkward. I was hiding all kind of stuff. So you do whatever you can to create another human being that's acceptable, that you think is acceptable in society. And when I did that, all that came out was a bunch of shit, a bunch of lies, a bunch of filth, a bunch of nothing. So for me to come out and write a book about the real David Goggins, it was tough. It was tough, but that's the only way. If I want to help people out, the only way I can cut to the surface is say, look guys, gals, whoever's reading this book, I am where I am now. You guys see this. And it would have been very easy to write a book about the hero, David Goggins, but the hero is not me. The hero is the person reading the book. But I had to tell them where I came from, to give people hope that, wow, that's where he came from? He came from all these fucked up obstacles, and now he's there? I want to give people that kind of hope, so that's why it was tough. Because to give people hope, I had to take myself to the sewer to show people, hey, I come from hell. I come from hell. And a lot of it I created. Not just society. Yeah, society helped me out, but I created a lot of the hell that I had to go through. I made this picture out to be a lot worse than what it was. It was bad, but I made it out to be, insurmountable. So, yeah, we can be our worst enemy.
This morning I woke up with a slack-jawed, poopy pants mentality. I've been traveling an awful lot, kind of wore down a little bit. I believe in taking days off. I think days off are real important for recovery and all that stuff. But I don't believe in taking days off because your mentality is just feeling sorry for yourself. I deserve this, or I've earned that mentality. And that's what I was saying to myself. Today's self-talk was horrible. So we all have one voice, and that one voice is very powerful that says, hey, you've earned this, you deserve this, take time off, all that stuff. Start developing the other voice that fights that voice. When it's not a designated day off, I don't care if it's running, swimming, biking, studying. If it's not a day off, don't take a day off. And start developing that voice that fights the weaker voice. So remember that. We all have one voice, work on the other voice also. my life has kind of gotten to a point where people know me, I have followers and whatnot. The biggest depression of my life is you get caught up into helping so many people out, and it's great, and I love that, but you lose yourself in all of that shit. It literally, and people go, man, but my God, like you're changing. I get all that shit, man. But what the fuck is motivating you in that book? What's motivating you is the fucking stories I'm telling you about what I did in my life. Once I stop living that, I'm no more. I am not the fucker that you are now being motivated from. So right now in the mirror, I now got back to Goggins. I'm now back to running 100 miles a week. I'm now back to getting the fuck. I saw and I talk to my girl about it all the time. You travel, you speak, you all this shit. It's all fucking great and dandy for most people. I'm Goggins. What makes me me is the dungeon. And yeah, and people are, well, oh my God, like they're gonna hear this, my God, you don't have any peace in your life. Don't get it fucking twisted. Weak people who hear me get all fucking poopy pants about how I talk. So be it. What changed me was I had to be hard on myself, and I have to continue to grind myself into a fine dust, period. That's where I feel good. I feel like I accomplished something. If things come easy, it's not fun. I must fail at something repeatedly. It has to haunt me. And then once I complete it, I feel like I accomplished something. I don't want to set out and say, oh, there's an A, we're good. It's fucking stupid. No, I want to turn it in a million times and say you failed. You failed. And I say, okay, roger that. And sit there and analyze what I'm doing wrong. Go to these places that people don't go to anymore because all this fucking social media shit and everything's computerized. I want to go to that dark place in my mind and say, okay, how are we going to get this done? A lot of us out here are pushing real hard, but we're afraid to go to that dark side. In your mind, when you push real hard, you have this door in your mind. And a lot of us don't want to open that door. Once you open that door, you're in a tunnel. It's a dark ass tunnel. And you can't see shit. There's one thing about being in dark places. If you have the courage to stay in there long enough, your eyes will start to adjust to the darkness. Your body and mind will always adjust to more suffering, to more pain. If you want to push harder, know this. Your mind quits way before your body does. So you have to be willing to go way into that darkness and find more of yourself. Stay hard. What statement are you making? The psychology of savagery. I wasn't the best runner, but what I did was I found the work schedules out of my competition, and I made sure they saw me running day and night. I tried to get in their fucking heads. I got a video the other day of this UFC fighter, Ferguson. This motherfucker weighs in, and the UFC is fucking canceled. He wasn't just weighing in. He was getting the fucking head of his opponents. What he did was this. He wanted you to remember his fucking hands and elbows slice you the fuck up. Remember this. Stay hard at all times. Savagery. This is the time of year where you think about all those people to thank. We thank everybody. Got a big long Rolodex. Text people, give them a call. There's one person we leave out. That's ourselves. We forget about all those fucking nights, single moms, single dads, fucking people out here who want to lose weight, out here grinding. We forget about the hidden work that we put in, the work when nobody's watching. We forget about all those times we didn't want to do shit, and we did the motherfucker anyway. We live life thanking everybody in the fucking world. But the one person that goes neglected is yourself. Make sure you thank yourself. Stay hard.